Alright, working with Autodesk Revit tools. You can only get so far well along with the computer application with in place with the architectural components within the model. At some point with the application, you need to be flexible enough that they are able to use and employ with their own set drafting, modifying tool to provide architectural designers with the freedom to create with your own architectural construction. Proceed with the Autodesk architectural program to provide a basic modifier with the edit commands, quite common with the drafting applications such as AutoCAD, MicroStation, but Revit does with a little bit more flair. Some difference in procedures compared with the 2D drafting application. Basic editing commands, array command, mirror command, align tool, split element command, trim command, offset command, copy and paste creating the plans. Basic edit command. In this chapter, you learn how to use the geometry already placed in with the model with the build with the actual working plan, manipulate with the plan with the overview, other views you've made and with the create chapter creating views with the reflected changes. Start with the edit commands. You aren't going to get very far with a Revit without knowing the edit commands. And at this point, with avoiding edit commands and few exemptions, there will be some overlapping some of the characteristics because many of the aspects of Revit span with the multiple topics. Basic commands covered in the section. Remove the copy, rotate then. In the following section, move the array, mirror, align, split element, offset with the copy, paste, and trim. Each of the commands is important next to each for the age of the game. Some of the obvious, while the others are taking practice to master. First command is move with one recognized with the previous chapter. Move with the probably most heavily used command. Move the command, generally create with a copy with the while deleting with the original item. Move with the finding with the model view with the following along. Having completed previous chapter procedures open in the books website. With you move with the command, perform the following steps here. Go to level 1, follow pattern plans, category, project, browser. Zoom in and out of the west wing, south wall of the bump out, south side of the west wing, shown figure 4.1. On the modify wall tabs of the move button, click it to move with the move command running with some of the choice option bar. Constraints can move with them only at the 0, 90, and 107 degrees. Just join with it, then move with the wall. Any of the walls join, and when in effect with the move of the wall will lose its join. To start moving it, you must first pick the base joint with a command and pick the base from the width of the middle of the wall as shown in figure 4.2. After picking the point, move the cursor straight within blue with the dimension. At this point, two choices with the eyeball with the increment. You can type the increment you want. Type with the 2 foot 6 inches. Press enter for the wall moves with 2 foot 6 inches. Know with the adjacent move with it. In Revit, there's no stretch command. No, the move efficiently with the history books. It's time to move with the move close custom with the copy command. You need to make with the duplicate with the item code, with the goes to with the player with the copy commands. You with the move with the like with the move command. Except with the leave the initial item intact. You with the create multiple copies necessary. Starting you with the copy command file along. Make sure you still on the floor plan level 1 zoom pan. Focus with the east wing is shown figure 4.4. Stick with the right quarter wall. Select with the copy command. Modify with the wall tabs option bar. Check with the constraint toggle with the zoom in and close it with the midpoint. Select with the wall. Intersect with the horizontal wall that divides the portion of the building. It hovers over the cursor over the center of the wall. Note with the actual of the finished face of the core of the wall. Blue dotted center line with the indicate with the found with the center of the wall with the heavy with the difficulty picking up and the truth and with the detail of the level of the course. Also, you move with the cursor with the right or level. You can position it back of the pick with the horizontal wall center line. Pick with the horizontal wall center line. The vertical wall will disappear with this is fine. When you snap at the end point with the horizontal wall, pick the point and move with the right until with the pick of the midpoint with the horizontal wall. When you do the pick of the point of the midpoint, does not appear 20 foot in 3 inches. Use the SM snap middle. Mirror with the two walls with the south side with the quarter shown in with the figure 4.5 at the end of the walls don't meet, but this is fine. You'll modify the walls with the trim command in a moment. Next step of the rotate command. With the rotate command, simple the concept of the Revit has unique process involved with the command. Rotate command enables you with the chain with the polar orientation of the item and the set items of the make of the item. Little practice with the understanding of the good thing, however, that we'll have it explained with the rotate command better with the other command. Similar process. Use the rotate command for all along. Open the level 1 floor plan. Zoom into the radial portion of the west wing shown figure 4.6. You're going to add to a new reference plane, rotated 45 degrees, due with the reference plane work panel with the architectural tab. In the drawing panel, click the line buttons should be set with the current default. With the first point, pick the center point with the radial wall shown figure 4.7. The second point with the pick the horizontal right outside of the radial wall. Press escape, modify. Notice that the added reference plane that rotate with the plane into place for the habit shown on the 45 degree angle. Press for the rotate command here. This instead of the reference plane you drew. Modify tab, rotate button, figure 4.8. After you start with the rotate command, look back with the reference plane note with the blue dot with the middle of your line. Revit allows you to calculate the center of the object or group of objects for the rotate point. Once you have the option bar with the place button, select the end point with the reference plane temporary rotating icon. Indicate whether you can move with the blue dot, rotate with the origin, correct location, and rotate time occurs. So with the cursor around with the reference plane with the line form with the rotate origin with the cursor with the indicate with the origin. Establish a new pick 2 points. First point you may pick with the line with the object where you're rotating. In this case, you're picking a point of the right end of the reference plane shown in figure 410. When you move the cursor up to the angular dimension with the angular dimension 45, pick the second point, press escape. You can also use RO for selecting rotate. As you are aware of the rotate command quite differently, you have the extreme with the rotate command, know how the Revit want you with the pivot the point with the next end of the array will see easier with the grasp. Array command. When you need to create multiple duplicate item with a group item with the array command, a legal trove with the array command with the Revit function finish. Similar to the rotate command with similar array command, extend with the array command with the array with the two basic choice with the radial with the enables of the array and an item around circle and an arc. Linear with enables you with the array with the items in a straight line or an angle. Let's look at the radial area first. Radial array is based with the radius with the need item with the array with the trickler man with the radial array is the best choice. But after you start with the array with the command, don't ignore the option bar with the guide through the most with the command. Start with the radial area. Follow these steps. Select with the 45-degree reference plane with the modify with the reference plane. Click with the array button shown in figure 411. Move with the array command active with some of the choices available. The option bar shown in figure 412 with the procedure of the radial button 4. Select with the group and associated checkbox. Select with the number 4. Move with the last button. Move the option set for the locus attention object being arrayed. Notice of the familiar rotation icon. Options of the bars of the place button is located next with the original location label figure 413. Notice the center end point of the reference plane with a pivoted point in place. Specify the 2 points of the array. First point with the point along with the angle of the item being arrayed. Second point with the point along the angle you want it to end. Pick the end point of the reference plane with the array. Move the cursor down until the 90 degree with the pick. Second point, pick the left click with another part with the preview with the establish of the array. You should have 4 reference plane with at this point similar to figure 415. Pick left click on one of the reference plane large tab of the box surrounding the reference plane temporary arc dimension blue like number 4 with the quadrant obscure with the arc of the shown figure 415 is there nonetheless. Click number 4, chain with the count to number 5, press enter with the click outside with the array count, save with the chain that you have with the 5 reference plane shown in figure 416. Getting a hang of the radial arrays with a view project, new array type with a linear array, same concept with the radial array, more with a straightforward with a more intended linear array. You wish to create with the array along a line, you can do with the Revit. When you create with a linear array, you can enjoy with the same flexibility you have with the radial objective, radial array, objective with the procedural create with the radial array windows along with the north and south of the walls, west side of the building, west wing with a do with this first need with the establish 2 strong reference planes. Learn how to use the linear array command for all of them following along. Zoom in on the north south section west end shown in figure. Add 2 reference planes. You can use the reference plane established over the window array with the go to the reference plane command work panel with the architectural cab on the drawing panel. Keep the line icon active with the add offset with 1 foot 6 inches. Pre-roll users remember that you can just type 1.6. Pick with the corner of your radial wall where intersect with the tray with the first one with the reference plane shown with 417, second with them similar with the 417 with the reference plane, the reference command, the show with the running, repeat with the procedure for the top of the wall, one to particular the top outside with the foot, face with the brick, avoid concrete ledge below with the show in figure 418, and then show with the new, now you need with the add with the window base with the bottom reference plane with the window with the raid, wall meet with the north reference plane with the area, show with the architectural tab with the window button, the change with the element type with the 2472, and play with the window approximately where it's shown with the edge you would have with the move of the window in line with the reference plane. Press escape, select with the window, on modify the window tabs, click with the move button, move with the windows on the bottom of the outside of the corner, down over the reference plane, figure 420. Press escape, zoom it out until you can see with the entire wall. Click with the window, insert with the wall, on modify windows tab, correct with the array button options bar with the linear shown figure 421. So for the group and associate checkbox if that isn't already selected. Prefer the number, enter 4. So move with the select move to last at the top and end point with the move of the window, cursor the wall. Pick the point with the perpendicular with the top reference shown figure 422. After you pick the second point with the all wave with a minute and then Revit evenly filled with the 2 additional windows. The Revit also gives the option of the adding more windows. Enter value 5, press enter. The array completed with the time of the duplicate with the effort for the other side of the radial portion with the outer cab with a point with a few choices with the repeat with the array command, copy the items, mirror items. Mirror command. With the mirror command works exactly except with the make for the copy with the object with the group of the object with the opposite of the orientation first item and the crucial with the point with the promoted you need to specify with the mirror plane. Although with the simply could avoid use of the command and previous chapters you with the address explore with the mirror command the opposite officially with the menu with the full aspect with the mirror command the reference plane with the already exists with the model. You can pick with each plane with the perform with the mirror with the opposed with the sketching with a new plan around with the mirror with the objective of the following example of mirror windows with the south with the side of the west wall zoom with the windows array in the previous exercise. So So with the window starting in the upper left-hand corner, lower right-hand corner, shown in Figure 424, remember that you can look at the bottom right corner of the Revit window to verify that you have 5 windows selected. On the Modify panel, on the Modify Windows tab, click with the Bring Access button shown in Figure 425. Position your cursor over the current center reference plane and scroll over the radial array. When you pull over the top tooltip with it, indicate with the zoom with it and select with the reference plane. When you scroll over the tooltip to the reference plane shown in Figure 426, zoom in with the placement of the windows. Do not assume that everything was planned. Your level 1 floor plan should resemble the Figure 427. No, if the mirror went wrong, you're comfortably with the results, you would undo the and try again time of the practice. You try with the walls, have the minute with the time of the ray with the window's radial portion problem, and then with the window along with the radius, snap it in insertion with the reference plane with the wall, the line tool becomes critical. The line tool yourself with the situation 2 item does not need to be a line tool. Each over the line command is a great tool with accomplishing the attack. One of the most useful Revit to use extensively over you with the command as possible, because the line is a tool you don't have to select with the item first or the function of it to become available. You can select with the line at any time with the practice the line tool as the following along. Zoom in on radial portion west wall shown in Figure 428. On the architectural tab, click the window button type selector, choose fixed 62 by 72 inches. Place with the window over the radial wall location similar to that shown with the do not tip of the eyeball the center of the window reference plane. As a matter of fact, purposely misalign the window. On modify place of the window tab, click with the align button shown in Figure 429. Line tool needs to select with the 2 items. First, select the item you want to align, and then pick the reference plane as shown in Figure 430. Now you need to pick a point with the window center line with the window looking over the window you want to see with the however your cursor over the middle of the window center line becomes highlighted. You see with the center line, pick the window, move it into the alignment with the reference plane in Figure 431. Click Escape, press Escape, select with the window, press Array with the Modify Windows tab with Create Radial or Windows with a count with a 5 with a total with a remember how with the right. Only thing I want to do differently, uncheck with the group and associate with the option toolbar. We'll discuss in group with the Chapter 22 Project Collaboration. Let's practice more with the line tool, one more with important Modify tool with the arsenal with I don't want to understand with the usefulness, follow along with the subzoom at the end of the quarter, each wing with the building shown Figure 432. On the architectural tab, we'll click with the door panel, place with the double flush 7284-inch doors even into the radial corridor shown Figure 432. But as you place the window along with the reference plane proceeding procedure, don't try to eyeball it, correct alignment, the misalignment with the door, renumber the door 100A, modify with the panel alignment, and pick the horizontal reference plane, click the center of the door with the reference plane, align with the move with the pause with the moment, the pressing escape with the lift, some blue padlock. Lock, you can see with the zoom out a little, you can use the function lock alignment. Another type of feature of the alignment command with alignment is complete with the physically lock the items together, aligning of the 2 aligned items to move it as 1. Lock and alignment after you with the aligned items, doing with the small with the black blue padlock icon mentioned with the Revit. It can lock items together with the aligning tool with the good or bad with the great sense of the center reference point, move with whatever with the right reason. Door will also move with the bad sense with the door with the move with the center reference plane will also with the line with the item lock with the way you want to do with a symbol padlock icon shown in Figure 433 now aligned with the lock and center reference plane. This is also the time it comes on 2 items are aligned. You just want to lock the items together. To do this, you still use the align command to access the lock option. Zoom on the west end, east end of the corridor in section start align command. Press center line of the door over the end of the corridor, center of the reference plane. Pick the blue padlock to lock the doors in the center reference plane. Now the align command is out over the way. You can move it to the next item with a modify tab with the split element command. Alright, the split element command. Split element command is equivalent to the breaking command of the AutoCAD. Split element command walls of the edit element sketch from over the object with the procedure of the cut and notch out of the wall with the using the edit profile with the project browser up open section building section called the west wing south of the wall section shown Figure 435. Select wall beyond shown Figure 436. Open on the modify wall tab, click with the edit profile button. After select with the edit profile option, sketch with the modify with the switch model with the because of the ribbon now with the model panel, finish edit mode, cancel edit mode options. You can select with the return full model as well as the wall you've selected now. Consider the 4 magenta sketch line with the rest of the model shaded in the background. Modify walls edit profile tab split element button shown Figure 437. Locate with the option bar and then with the specify with the line with the delete with the inner segment with the select with the delete inner segment check is shown Figure 438. Pick the intersection bottom magenta sketch line instead of the face of the left wall with the first line point and pick the intersection with the bottom of the magenta sketch line with the inside face of the right wall. After you pick these points with a magenta sketch line and segment it, you need to add more lines to the sketch to do with a split with the element command with the file along with the sketch tool with the draw panel. On the draw panel, modify the walls, edit profile tab, click with the pick line icon shown figure 39. Pick inside face of the left wall, pick inside face of the right wall, offset with the field with the options at 1 foot 0 inches, select with the corridor or parapet level to offset with the line down as shown figure 440. Next step of the magenta line, form the continuous loop with the meaning with the no gaps overlapping lines. If each line with it starts exactly where the line ends, press escape with the left click with the horizontal magenta line, the L shift with the corridor parapet level. On each end of the round with the blue grip, pick each group, stretch line to the intersection vertical magenta line shown figure 441. Select with the left of the vertical magenta line, stretch with the top grip down with the intersection horizontal magenta line. Select with the right magenta line, then stretch with the top down with the horizontal magenta sketch line. Now have the continuous loop with one model over the modified walls, edit profile, click for the finish edit mode button shown figure 442. Go to the 3D view, check with the model shown figure 443, click with the default 3D view button, quick access toolbar, pick the 3D view with the project browser. Alright, the next step of the procedure focuses on the basic cleanup of the trim command. Although the accomplished with a single command, you must give you with a certain Revit method of the trim command. As you anytime you need with a cut and extend with an item with the trim command with a design of the base application very far without the command, you can use with the trim command with a wall with a sketch more similar to how you would the split element command mentioned earlier. However, you need to understand specifically proceed with a comfortable use with the command. Trim command following along with the go to level of floor plans category with the floor project browser with a zoom into the east wing with the two walls extend with the end of the destination of these walls to be trimmed with a modify with the command and tab with the trim and extend with a single element button shown figure 444. Zoom in the area that's shown in figure 445. Trim the vertical wall back with the horizontal wall first with the pick wall we want to trim, and in this case select with the south face with the horizontal wall. Notice you pick along with the vertical wall, trick with the edge there with the pick of the wall side of the wall that you want to keep it, and pick it along with the vertical wall above with the horizontal and shown in figure 446 as you do with the wall trim back, press escape to terminate command. You may not always want to trim the item, you need to elongate the item or destination of the drafting wheel procedure better with it known as extend with the press extend feature is some of the trimming command first. However, you need to select the wall you want to extend with the object, select with the object to extend, zoom in and self-alert the each wing modify command, trim and extend with a single element button, move. Pick the south corridor wall. This is the wall that if you want to extend on the vertical wall does not intersect with the press escape. The wall should now look like 447. Save the model. There's one more command to examine the view of the day-to-day modification. Remember the model. Most commands you have the place item model with the offset command built with the options. Specifically proceed with the next section. Focus with the offsetting items using standalone Revit offset command. Revit offset command enables you to create a capital linear item, especially what I mentioned earlier with the offset of the item crops, much less Revit architectural drafting. Architectural because with a Revit must provide offset with a functional and option. Sometimes, however, they need with a good offset command with the use of the offset command file with these steps. Zoom in west part of each wing with the areas of the restroom located. Objective to offset with the vertical wall with the right of the restroom, middle with the open space with the modify with the panel modify offset button shown figure 448. An open object with the numerical button. Enter 16 feet 2 inches offset field and make sure the copy is selected to have with the cursor over the wall, the right of the lavatory shown figure 448 dash alignment line appears to the right over the wall. Pick the wall. The wall should be in the middle of the large room, and then repeat the process with the wall with the corridor where the interior should resemble. Alright, the conclude with the discussion offset with the floor plan consider the items with the repeat with the other floors. You need to explore how to do this with the copy paste command windows. The copy and paste this is the actual Microsoft window copy paste one for the Revit architectural frequently quite a bit with a better way to complete a space layout with one level with layout with another level of copy and geometry with the practice with the copy paste function with the select with the two lavatories level the one copy windows copy clipboard and paste them on the remaining floors. We're zooming into the east wing with a wind building, select with the windows door with the window with the define with the both bathrooms off, select with the corridor windows, walls, radio, corridors at the east end of the building. Be sure to select with the interior doors as well with the selecting and shown figure 452 with the copy to clipboard for the clipboard panel. Modify multi-selecting tab control C. Go to 3D view clipboard panel with the modified multi-select tab to expand with the pass tool with the shift line with the selected level shown figure 451. Next dialog box, hold down shift key and select with the floor plan level 2 through 5. Click OK. Your model should look like figure 452. Does it go back to the procedure again? Go over the wrong right click and plug with the previous. Then that way you have to pick all over again. Creating the plans. Now that you have the wall, the door, the windows, you're beginning with the combined with the experience with the knowledge of the basic Revit added commands. Previously you start with the layout with a floor plan following along with a book example of up to floor 3. Create your own plans for floor and 5. Let's start with the building floor, copy to the other level to follow with the project manager. Go to level 1 under floor plans, add walls, doors, opening windows, resemble the figure 453. These windows can be any type of you like model with a very slightly with an example of the book. Do not confirm the project browser. Go to floor plan level 2 with the press escape to clear any selection. In the property dialog box, underlay to none shown in figure 454. Underlay is simply the floor below. You can set your underlay to any floor you'd like. And then it shows set the D level, the default detail level to define, create a floor plan layout similar to figure 455. Make sure all the dimensions that you have even around is possible using all the command functions learned up to this point. 8. Select the windows level 2. Go to 3D view, copy the base and align with the 2 selected level to align with the way. Level 5 this way. The windows are aligned. You can follow the procedure room layout for each floor. Go to level 3, create a floor plan similar to figure 457 to go to the U for the paste line. Select the level from level 1, floor plans identical other than the well's configuration northwest corner. Go to level 4, create your own floor plan. The book will now give no example, you're on your own. Create one or more floor plan with level 5. Again, design your layout and be creative as you wish. Save the model. If you're going through this procedure, you're happy with the results, you're on your way to being efficient Revit. Because you created a floor plan with your own. The last few steps were provided to prove that Revit can be intuitive when approached with a little experience. If you are comfortable with the result of this section, okay, but I had uncomfortable feeling the first time I did this. If I take a deep breath, go back on the stuff of the way you think you got lost, feel free to send me an email if I have questions, concern. My email is provided in the front of this book. Are you experienced? Now you can use comment editing to manage appearance with your model reference planes that establish good, accurate method of line. Any items can change count, length with the radius, and even though align items, keep the command string. Use lock constraint and alignment of one element to another. Split, remove segments to one item into 2. Use a copy and paste align, select the level to do copy of create multiple floors and similar layout. Chapter 5, Dimensioning and Annotation.